Hi, my name's Keith Smith, and I'm a freelance PHP programmer, and I've been a freelance PHP programmer since 2006, and I'd like to teach you everything I know. So today, what I'd like to cover is Visual Studio Code. This is my editor of choice, and so I'd like to teach you, if you don't have an editor, by all means use whatever editor you want to use, but if you don't have an editor, you're new at this, then you might want to consider Visual Studio Code. So on my screen, you can see Visual Studio Code as it shows up when it's first opened. We're on the welcome screen. I can jump out of the welcome screen if I want by turning it off, and I can open up the tab again. So that little X closes it, and go to the help, click left mouse click and click on welcome, and bam, there it is again. So on this screen, you can create a new file, you can open a file, and you can open a folder. Now I don't prefer to use this, so I'm going to close it, and let's talk about the left side here. The left side is your activity bar. So the first thing here is the Explorer. That's where you're going to spend most of your time. This little magnifying glass is for search. You're searching for strings within your code. It's my understanding you can search other files as well as the ones that are open, and you'll probably find that very, very, very useful. The next one is for source control. We're not going to use that. The next one is the debugger. We're not going to use that right now either. And the next one is the extensions little tab. So what happens with extensions is it's much like WordPress. WordPress uses extensions to expand its functionality. Visual Studio Code is exactly the same way. As you can see on the left-hand side, there's a whole bunch of extensions that are showing up. There's some that are recommended down here. And so for right now, we're not going to add any extensions. That's actually something you might want to do later to add functionality to Visual Studio Code. So let's go back to Explorer, where you're going to spend most of your time. And then we're going to, I showed you how to open and close the, um, the welcome screen with the help. Click help, welcome, opens up welcome, and then if you want to close it, you just close it. Okay, so let's look at some of the settings you might be interested in. So we're going to left click on File, then we're going to scroll down to Preferences, then we're going to go over to Settings, click on Settings, and then you'll notice right here at the top there's a little search box, and you can type stuff in. Now, we're not going to type anything in right now. We will in a second. But right now, we want to look at autosave, which is something I always have on. So right here is your settings for the autosave. I just take the after delay. And then if you want to make sure that it's turned on, you go to File, and then you scroll down to autosave. Mine's checked, which means it's on or it's activated. So I like the autosave because it saves me a lot of effort. So then we're going to have font size. We'll leave it at 14. Font family, and we'll leave it at what they're giving us, the default. And your tab is 4 spaces. I leave all that the way it is. I just want to let you know that that's all available. And let's go one more thing. We're going to look this one up. So mini map, okay, that's enabled. It may come not enabled. Make sure it's enabled right there. Editor mini map enabled. Okay, and I'll show you what that does. Let me get out of here. We're going to close settings. It's a tab, and let's when I'm going to create a file. Oh no, actually I'm going to create a workspace first. So we're going to open a folder. Now I have a folder named work, and the reason I have that is for backup. So if I want to do a backup, I just copy this to my external drive, and it backs up all my work. It saves it externally. So I click on work, We don't have a workspace set up yet, so I'm going to right mouse click in this area. I'm going to go to new, and then I'm going to click on folder, and then I'm going to type my project. Now you can name this anything you want. So now I need to select it as my work area. I need to click and go inside of the folder, and then go to the right hand corner to the bottom. It says select folder. There's a button there, and click on that, and that will select it. Now this will refresh in a second or two, and that will be your work area or your project. Okay, so your project is here, and then to the right of it, you'll see new file, a little icon that's for new files, another icon that is for making a new folder, another icon for refresh. So if you add a file to your project directly into your directory system, you may need to refresh it. I've never had to refresh. It just automatically refreshes for me when I drop a file in the folder. And this one right here says collapse folders and explorer. So the first thing we want to do is we're going to create a file. index.html. Okay. Now I'm going to do a little trick. This is the beauty of this this editor. So I'm going to type in HT, and it's smart. It knows I want to do HTML. So I'm going to click HTML5. It's going to give me the boilerplate of HTML5. I'm going to type in here a header. You don't have to worry about it if you don't understand what all this stuff is. We're going to go over it all. This isn't a programming tutorial. I'm just getting you familiar with the editor. So an H1 tag, and then it automatically gave me the other tag. So I'm going to type in hello. And so let's go over here, and I want to show you something. File, autosave. We already went over this, but autosave's on, so I don't have to keep saving this, which is keystrokes, and it makes me more efficient. So it will automatically save it for me. So then I have, I'm going to close this welcome screen. Okay, so I've got the index.html file open. Let's add one more because we're going to show something else here in a few minutes. And we'll call this style.css. Enter. Okay, so there's nothing in there. But if we go down to the right bottom, it's going to say we have 4 spaces of indent. We're going to have keep going, and then it's going to tell me that I have cascading style sheets as my language. So if I click and open up the index.html, that's an HTML file, and you'll notice it says HTML down here. So it's smart and it's intelligent. Okay, so we have these 2 files, and they're automatically saved. We can have, as you can see, we can have multiple files open. Let me show you another cool little trick. Right now, if I want to edit index, I have to click on index, and then if I want to go into styles, I have to go in there, and I can't see the other file. So let's make this really easy. So I can drag the styles tab to the right. So what I did is I used a left mouse click on the styles tab, and I dragged it to the right, and you'll notice that there's 2 different colored displays now. I release, and automatically what's going to happen is I'm going to have two files open simultaneously. So when I'm in the styles, I can actually look over my HTML and see what I have there. They're very, very valuable to be able to do that. Now, if I want to ungroup these, this is called the grouping. If I want to ungroup these, then I just drag styles back, the tab back to where it would normally be, and bam, now they're separated, okay? But I was able to group them. Okay, so let's go back to groups real quick. Okay, I'm going to drag that back down. There we go, it's ready to go, bam. Now I have them both there. Now watch what happens. I'm going to hit the Control 1. My index.html has focus. I'm going to hit Control 2, and now my styles.css file has focus. If I hit Control 1, it'll take me back to HTML. That's Control 1, 2, and if you have 3 or 4 files, then you just keep doing it that way. Okay, so what I'm going to do real quick now is I'm going to open a browser and I'm going to show you that. Now, again, this isn't for editing, but I'm just going to show this to you. Do I have a browser open? No, I don't. Okay, so I'm going to go into Firefox. And okay, so Firefox is open. It's opening. And I want it to be full screen. There we go. Okay, so you notice the menu across the top. Well, mine, when I loaded mine up, it didn't come with this menu across the top. So let me show you something. Right mouse click in this area right here, and you'll get a menu. And you notice that menu bar has a check next to it. If I uncheck it, that menu goes away. And this is how mine was. And so I had to right mouse click, left mouse click on menu bar, and then I get a menu. So let's open a file. So I left mouse click on file, and then I scroll down to open file, left mouse click on that, and then a dialog is going to open up. And I want to go to, I'm in C, users, where am I at? Right there, yeah, users. And then I'm Keith, this is my computer. And then remember we had the folder work. And then my workspace is over here in my project. Okay, so index. I want to run index. So I'm gonna click twice on it. 2 left mouse clicks. Bam. Hello was that H1. Remember the H1 I added? Hello? And there it is. Bam. So this is how you do this to run your HTML. This isn't an HTML course, but just so you'll be able to do that. And you know what? I think I closed. Did I? No, I didn't. Okay, there we go. So let's move on. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ungroup these guys. And then I'm gonna show you how to delete. Okay, I want to delete styles. All I do is right mouse click on it and go down and delete. I can use rename. I can rename it to something else, or I can delete it. I'm gonna delete it. And it asks me if I want to move it to the recycle bin. Then I'm gonna delete index because I'm gonna show you something here. Delete that. Okay, so we added and deleted files. And then I'm going to go to File, left mouse click on File, scroll down to Close Folder, and that's going to all close. Okay, so let's say I didn't like that project and I want to just get rid of it because it has no use. Okay, so I'm going to open up a folder, take a second, and then I'm going to go click on Work. And there's my project. So I'm going to right mouse click on it. And I'm going to go down to delete. Click on delete. And it's gone. So we've added, edited, and deleted files and folders. We created a project which is called the workspace. We've done some configuration. And we've run the HTML code in a browser. And that's really all there is to it. This is a very, very, very simple editor. And if you play with it for an hour or two, you'll be ready to go. You'll be uptown. So this is it. So if you found this video useful, by all means, give it a thumbs up. If you want to learn PHP, by all means, click the subscribe button and click the notification button so you get notified every time I put out a video. And below there's a link to my newsletter, which would be a good deal to get to sign up for my newsletter. I'm not sending out any newsletters right now, but I am going to create a community at some point, and I would like to send out a newsletter to invite you into the community. And so we can all ask questions and work together and kind of solve things and work as a community. So Anyway, I hope you're having a good day. I hope this was a good lesson, and I'll see you at the next one. Bye.